Hey guys, this is Tora. Today we're going to be talking about the new Secret Lair X Tomb Raider that is coming up. There is going to be 5 cards included in this. Sorry, not 5. 5, 6, 7 cards included in this from various different sets here. And, you know, there's only one mechanically unique card, which is the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. And a nice treasure looking thing here too, as well as a token. So we've got, 5 reprints in here, a treasure, which, is a token. So do you even count as a reprint? And then one mechanically one. So, before we get into this, make sure you do subscribe. Only 1.2% of people are subscribed from our watch time. We're aiming to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month. And I'm going to do a giveaway if we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So, hopefully, you guys can come and sign up. I'll put the link down in the comments so you can click it and then just sign and subscribe from there. So our first thing here is Lara Croft. So she's a legendary creature, so you can use her as a commander in Commander. Red, blue, green, first strike and reach, and then whenever she attacks, exile up to 1 target legendary artifact card or legendary card land card from a graveyard. So that's the important thing to keep in mind there, is it is a graveyard. So you can steal anyone's legendary artifacts or legendary lands and put a discovery counter on it. You may play a card from exile with a discovery counter on it this turn. And then you've also got the second part here, which is at the end of combat on your turn. If you attack this turn, create a treasure. So she's going to create 1 treasure per turn if you've attacked with anything. If you've just attacked, if you get 1. And then you've also got the opportunity of, if she attacks, then stealing people's legendary artifacts and lands. So, overall, there's a lot of different legendary artifacts in here. Like you've got Agatha Soul Cauldron that's come up. You've got like the new ones from the Lord of the Rings set as well, the different swords. Technically, you've got like, it doesn't say legendary. It just says legendary artifact. It doesn't say legendary artifact creature or anything like that. So any of the artifact creatures, I believe you should be able to steal. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to steal them. So if you're going up against a Necron deck, you've got a lot of different options in there. You've got like some other ones in here too, like from the Lord of the Rings set, as I said. You've got like the Bident that's just come in, Bolas's Citadel. There is a lot of different artifacts that you can potentially choose here. The interesting thing is, again, it does say you can choose any graveyard for it. And you'll exile it, put that discovery counter on it. There shouldn't be any other way for someone to be able to get it back besides, you doing it, and being able to cast it. So, there's a lot of different kind of options in here for legendary artifacts. However, Ixalan has just kind of gone and added in a whole bunch of stuff too. So, so this here is under her actual colors. You've got a whole lot of different options as well. Like, there's a lot of different options here if you want to kind of run them with her. And then, same with legendary lands there. There's a lot of different lands that you can use and lands that will be able to be used specifically by her. The cool thing is, like, these legendary creatures, when they've transformed, if they go into the graveyard from there, they are technically still lands as far as I'm aware when they're in the graveyard here. So you could potentially, steal someone's legendary Temple of the Dead, bring it back, put it out there, and then be able to transform it later on by if someone has no cards in their hand, for example, with the Aklatazos, I can't pronounce that properly. And yeah, there's a lot of different lands here. But, I think her benefit is being able to steal other people's legendaries as well, which is really nice. Then, obviously, in actual Ixalan, there was a lot of different legendary artifacts that were added in, including, red, blue. Red, blue was very, very heavily featured in artifact stuff. There's a lot of different artifact cards in here. You've got, like, the Brazen Blade Master here getting the +2/+1. It was primarily artifact pirates like Captain Storm, for example. But, you've got a lot of different artifact stuff in here that you've got the option of being able to use. Like, Goblin Tomb Raider. This is the perfect one here. Gets +1/+0 and has haste as long as you control an artifact. The Idol of the Deep King here deals 2 damage to any target when it comes into the battlefield, and then when you craft it as well. So, you've got a lot of different options here in Ixalan. 2 different big options here is like RMS Titanic. So this one was added in with the Doctor Who set. Whenever you deal combat damage with it, it's going to sacrifice itself and create that many treasure tokens. But, you know, it's got flying and trample, so you're going to be able to do that a lot. It's 7/1, so it's very likely that it's going to die, even if you don't, you know, sacrifice it. But, from here, you're then able to bring it back. And it's, you know, it's red as well, so you got the option of using that. A passionate archaeologist, you know, I think that for a start, this is very flavorful, going alongside the Lara Croft here, but you know, because of the fact that when she goes in, she steals them, she puts them into exile. Then whenever you craft one of them, whenever you like cast one of them, you're going to have that passionate archaeologist being able to proc. Now the other thing to keep in mind here is that while you can obviously exile anything from anyone's graveyard, it doesn't say that you can use any mana to cast it or anything, so you will need to specifically use that kind of mana there. But you know, because you'll have the treasures there, it can add one color of any one mana of any color, so you know, you've got the option of there being able to just use the treasures. So in like a treasure heavy deck, I think that she's going to suit really well, or in like a deck around, you know, graveyard play or something like that, self-milling. The other cards here we've got the Heart of the Explorer, which is a reprint of Search for Azcanta, which is going to be at the beginning of your upkeep, you're surveilling, so you've got the option there of being able to chuck them into your graveyard then, which then you're going to be able to bring them back. Then you've got 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you can transform it here to be able to look at the top 4 cards, you can reveal a non-creature, non-land from among them, and put it into your hand, put the rest into the bottom of your library in any order. So this one's really nice. I'm honestly considering this just for like my Riversong deck. This is like a really nice one for Riversong. Maybe I'll use that for Riversong. We've got the Storms over Yamatai, reprint of the Anger of the Gods, dealing 3 damage out. And if a creature dealt this damage this way, you could exile it. You could use that with like Odja Axonil, for example, to be able to deal a lot more than 3 damage. If you buff him up, you can use that with him. You've got the option there of that. The Grim Whisperer for the reprint of Boam Nyala, to give Death Touch, and then you can spend and tap it to put +1/+1, deal 2 damage, gain 3 life, or put up to 4 target cards from your graveyard onto the bottom of your library. So if you've milled too much, then you can use it to put it back. You've got Totex Spear here, giving +1/+1, trample and lifelink. Permanents you control, the enemy controls, getting rid of that hexproof and indestructible, which is really nice. And equipped to, you've got Ketzlock, the Sunken City here, which is a reprint of Academy Ruins, giving you 1 colorless mana, or you know, you can spend to put a target artifact from your graveyard onto the top of your library, and then the treasure reprint. So all up, the reprints in here are like Anger of the Gods is 39 cents. You've got the Boa Nyala for 2.79, the Search for Azcanta, which is 4.79, the Academy Ruins for 12.59, and then you've got the Shadow Spear here for, you know, $20. That's the cheapest one here in US. So all up, the reprints are about $40.35, and the price for it for the non-foils is about, you know, $40. So I think that honestly, it's probably worth it in regards to just if you want the reprints and stuff. Those are pretty nice reprints in there, as well as I think that Lara Croft looks like a very interesting commander. There's lots of cool stuff that you could potentially do with her. It's kind of using like an off-color kind of thing, like green, red, blues, not usually like artifact play or graveyard play or anything. So you've got a few different cool things that you can do there. I think there's a lot of really cool support for it as well within Ixalan. Ixalan, you know, having the red blue, having great support there for that. Green, not so much artifact play in Ixalan with that, but you know, you've got previous stuff and you can use the green just to be able to ramp her up and be able to play some of those big legendary artifacts or lands that you got in there. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Again, make sure you do sub. Have a great day and goodbye.